Before he wraps up his career as a full-time wrestler, Bryan Danielson wants to compete at London's Wembley Stadium. AEW is returning to Wembley for All In 2024 on Sunday, August 25th. It's the second straight year AEW has run the stadium. When AEW made its Wembley debut last summer, Danielson was unfortunately out of action at the time and couldn't wrestle at the show. In a recent interview with Casual Conversations with the Classic this week, Bryan Danielson said his AEW contract actually expires before All In 2024. Despite that, he really wants to wrestle at the show before ending his full-time run. In regards to wanting to perform at Wembley, this is what Bryan Danielson had to say. 1, last year's All In was incredible, but then as a wrestling fan, that's like a defining moment when the British Bulldog beats Bret Hart. So you think of Wembley almost in these mythical terms. AEW All In 2023 and WWF SummerSlam 1992 are the only wrestling shows Wembley Stadium has ever hosted. Danielson mentioned that he'd like his last match as a full-time wrestler to take place at AEW's Wrestle Dream pay-per-view this October, saying, "I'm not sure if I'll make it, but one thing that would be nice is to kind of close everything out for me, is to do my last match as a full-time wrestler at Wrestle Dream at the Tacoma Dome." Washington is Bryan Danielson's home state, and the Tacoma Dome is the venue where he saw his first wrestling show. Wrestle Dream is being held on Saturday, October 12th. Once he becomes a part-time wrestler, Bryan would like to wrestle 5 to 10 matches per year. Switching gears now, Logan Paul is next in line for a shot at Cody Rhodes. Friday's SmackDown opened up with the announcement that Logan will challenge Cody for the undisputed WWE Championship at King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia on May 25th. It was indicated that Paul's United States title will be on the line as well. After dethroning Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, Cody made his first title defense at Backlash last weekend, defeating AJ Styles. General Manager Nick Aldis then kicked off SmackDown and introduced Logan as Cody's next challenger. Logan Paul said he's the person who has fueled the success of WWE's new era, not Cody Rhodes. He then vowed to knock out Cody Rhodes at King and Queen of the Ring and walk out of Saudi Arabia as undisputed WWE champion. Cody praised Logan Paul as a wrestler, but he also called Logan disrespectful, self-centered, delusional, and said Paul can't go a single match without cheating. Cody Rhodes pointed out that winning the United States title from Logan Paul would make him a Grand Slam champion. The segment ended with Cody Rhodes and Paul going face-to-face and posing with their respective belts. Additionally, Cody Rhodes tweeted about the two belts. A contract signing for this match will take place on SmackDown next Friday. Logan Paul has been United States champion since winning the title in Saudi Arabia last November. Also on the pay-per-view, you'll be seeing Women's World Champion Becky Lynch defend against Liv Morgan, the triple threat match between Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn defending against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed, and the finals of the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. So let's get to that. 3 wrestlers have advanced to the quarterfinals of the WWE King of the Ring tournament on the SmackDown side of the bracket. Randy Orton, Tama Tonga, and Carmelo Hayes won their first round matches on SmackDown to advance to the quarterfinals. Randy defeated AJ Styles in the SmackDown main event to advance. Tama Tonga defeated Angelo Dawkins in the first round match to move on. Plus, Carmelo Hayes defeated Baron Corbin to advance to the next round. Carmelo Hayes will face Randy Orton in the quarterfinals match, while Tama Tonga will take on the winner of the Santos Escobar vs. LA Knight first round bout set for this weekend's WWE house shows. The King of the Ring tournament will continue on Monday's WWE Raw episode with a Jey Uso vs. Ilya Dragunov quarterfinals bout, plus Gunther facing the winner of this weekend's Kofi Kingston vs. Rey Mysterio house show bout in another quarterfinals matchup. Now for the women. 3 SmackDown wrestlers have punched their tickets to the quarterfinals round of the Queen of the Ring. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Nia Jax won their first round bouts on Friday's SmackDown to advance to the second round of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Bianca Belair defeated Candice LeRae to advance. Jade Cargill defeated Piper Niven to move on. Plus, Nia Jax defeated Naomi. to advance to the quarterfinals with victories on Friday's show. A fourth first-round match on the SmackDown side of Queen of the Ring bracket will take place on this weekend's WWE house shows, with Tiffany Stratton set to take on Michin in the remaining first-round battle. Bianca will then face the winner of that match. Plus, Jade Cargill will take on Nia Jax in the quarterfinals on next week's episode. One first-round bout remains on the Raw side of the bracket, with Shayna Baszler versus Zelina Vega also set for this weekend's house show. The winner of that contest will face Io Sky on Monday's Raw, with Lyra Valkyria versus Zoe Stark, the other Raw quarterfinals set for Monday's episode. And in case you missed it, Anarchy in the Arena is happening once again. During Dynamite this week, Kenny Omega appeared in a hospital room recovering from last week's attack by the Elite. He made a match that would see the Young Bucks Jack Perry and Kazuchika Okada compete in an Anarchy in the Arena match, naming FTR as the first two participants. Later in the night, it was revealed that Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson would round out the team. The show ended with both teams having to be separated by security. Following the events of last month's Dynasty, the Elite have been looking to consolidate their power by attacking Tony Khan, causing him to recuperate at home. On last week's Dynamite, they attacked Kenny Omega, who is still recovering from diverticulitis. Eddie Kingston and Okada also have history with one another, as it was Okada who defeated Eddie Kingston to win the Continental title at Dynasty. Danielson has been away from television in recent weeks, sailing a Tiger Driver 91 that he took at Dynasty from Will Ospreay. He will return to action on this Saturday's Collision. And last but not least, WWE Raw will remain on the USA Network through the remainder of 2024. Earlier this year, TKO Group Holdings announced that Netflix would be the new home of Raw beginning at the start of 2025. However, the deal with NBCU originally expired in October, meaning there would be a 3-month period during which nobody would own the rights to air the show. In its first quarter earnings report released on Wednesday, TKO Group Holdings revealed a $25 million domestic media rights deal has been reached for Raw to remain on the USA Network for the rest of the year. And that's a wrap for this episode of The Latest. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.